guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be a foundation first impressions / review video. We are going to do some check-ins and it is going to be on the Jouer Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. It is made with hyaluronic acid. It's matte, it's oil free, it's high pigmentation. It's only 0.68 fluid ounces. So let's see what the hype is all about. If you guys want to see me put on my makeup, see what I think about this foundation, and check in to see the rest of the day and how it holds up, then just keep on watching. Okay, so this is the Dream Street palette by Kathleenlights and ColourPop collab, and this is what it looks like. I have some errands to run, so I just wanted to play with this palette and see what it was about, if it's the same formula as the other ColourPop press shadows. I'm sure they are, which I do love the ColourPop press shadows. So I kind of like this small little palette. It's pretty compact. I love that it has enough crease shades and shimmer shades, and then you have your pops of color. So this is what I did on this eye, and we're just going to recreate it on the next. I'm going to go into this shade right here called Shooting Star, and I'm using an extremely large fluffy brush, and I am just going to fluff that all over my crease. And I'm not going to be super precise with it because I don't need it to be. I'm just doing a quick makeup look. And I've already did my eyebrows. I'm using Dip Brow in the shade Granite, and I have my eyes primed with MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. And I do have lash extensions on, which this eye is becoming very sparse compared to this one. I don't know what's going on, but I need to get that fixed. Okay, and on a ColourPop shader brush, I think this one is a tapered shader brush. It is a little bit dense. I am going to go into this shade right here, which I think it is called Potion. And it's like a deep coral rather. And I'm just going to pop that on the outer corner of my eye, and I'm going to slowly build it up. Now this brush is pretty dense, so I like to build it on the outer V and then just kind of lightly sweep it into the crease a little bit for that blended dimensional look. And then I'm going to go into a Morphe E27, same color. It's a lot fluffier, so I can just blend this out so much more. And then going back into our fluffy brush, I'm just going to go back into the shade Shooting Star and just kind of work that back into the crease and blend those two colors together. And on a flat shader brush, I am going to go into the shade Twinkle. It's this one right here. And I'm going to just put this all over my lid. There is a little bit of kick up, so just be careful with that. And I'm going to use some primer water just to give it a nice foiled look. Then go back into your E27 and just kind of blend everything together. Okay, and on a Luxie 213, it's a shader brush. I am going to go into this shade right here. It's called Moony, and I'm going to just put this under my brow bone. Right here. That is going to be the eye look today. So next we are going to start with face. And I have really been enjoying the Elsie Hydra Enhancer. It's a very huge bottle. It feels so luxurious, so I can see why it was a little bit more on the pricier side. It is 3.38 fluid ounces, so it's a pretty decent size. And this was one of 3 products that I got from Elsie the first time I've ever used it. So I really do enjoy this, and I am just going to prep my skin with it first. Okay, and today we are going to try out a new foundation, and I'm probably going to do maybe a little wear test on it. I don't know, we'll see. It's the Jouer Essential High Coverage Cream Foundation. I kind of had a little bit of issues with this one because I originally got the shade Fawn, and it was really light for me. Usually I can make it work, but that one was like way too light, could not make it work. So I jumped up like 5 foundation shades and got bronzed. So I'm hoping bronzed works. If not, we can just lighten it up with concealer and everything. It's a full coverage foundation, so I'm just kind of worried because all we're doing is just running a couple of errands today, and yeah, we'll just see how this goes. To give this foundation a fair shot, I am going to use my NYX Angel Veil because I have been loving this for foundation primer for all of my foundations lately. So I'm just going to put this in my more porous areas and then blend my way out. I do have a few blemishes going on right now, so I am just going to hope and pray that this is enough coverage for it. I hear it is. So I shook this up. I know you only need like one pump, so I'm going to use this very sparingly. And I did get the brush as well as I'm going to use a sponge on half and half, and I'm just kind of nervous because I always get streaky with this type of brush. So let's see how this goes, and I'm going to use like the smallest amount. That might even be overboard. So okay, and I'm first going to use the Jouer brush that it came with. So this shade, it is just slightly darker than my neck, just very slightly, but that's okay. I think I can make it work. So I'm just blending it down, and what I put on my face was just enough coverage what I would normally look for. So it's not completely full coverage because my freckles are still there, but it did hide a lot of my darks, a lot of my redness. But now that I'm continuing to swipe, it looks like I'm removing it from this area. So okay, so I think because this foundation is so liquidy, this brush doesn't leave any streak marks, so it looks nice. I am going to see if I can build it up just a little bit more right in here, because I always do. And then just a tad bit more on my forehead. Okay, so this is me building it up. It is not 100% full coverage. I think the only time I've ever had super full coverage with a foundation was the Marc Jacobs Remarkable foundation. That one just wore like a mask. So this one is lightweight, like it says, and it's not completely full coverage because I can still see my freckles right in here, but it pretty much has a blank canvas on my face right here. That second layer did make it look darker, so I think with maybe a sponge it'll sheer it out and still look workable. So I am going to see what it looks like. It didn't really, it's not enhancing my pores right here, but they're still there. So that's that. My skin doesn't look 100% flawless, but if I take a step back, it looks really good. So let me do this side with the sponge and we'll compare. Okay, so this is what both sides look like. It is just a hair too dark for me. I can see it looking in my mirror right now, but it is just a hairline too dark. You can tell definitely right in here that it's just maybe a little bit too maybe orange. But for this side, I see it kind of like settling right in here, as opposed to this side doesn't look as bad. This one is like really breaking up already in my nose, and it's not really, well, yeah, so it settles into my smile lines big time. But I actually think I prefer the brush side more than the sponge side. The sponge side does look more like it's on my face, whereas this side kind of looks more like my skin. So I am gonna finish up the rest of my face and we will be right back. Okay, so I just finished my under eyes because I decided I wanted to film everything else. So my new favorite bronzer right now is the LC bronzer in the shade medium. I think this works so well for my skin tone, and I'm just going to quickly bronze up the skin today. I'm not going to do anything fancy, just going to bronze it up. Even though my foundation is already bronzed, I still want to bring some life back in to my face where it should be. I did have to use a lighter concealer shade just to balance out everything. I did use the shade light medium and the Shape Tape just to kind of bring a little bit more brightness to the center of my face and then leave the outside of my face more bronzed, which I think worked out really nicely. So I'm just going to bronze up my cheekbones. And then under here as well. I really hope I'm not going to have like a bad foundation day because that would be terrible. And I know my face kind of feels a little bit tighter because it feels a little bit dry, and I'm thinking maybe it's part of the foundation, but hopefully, fingers crossed, when we set our face and everything with our setting spray, it will be nice and pretty and it won't look so parched. Like my face looks really parched right here. And then up here as well, like I already have like a wrinkly forehead, which is so sad, but yeah, I have wrinkles all up here, so it's kind of accentuating my wrinkles up there, and it's like making my skin look dry. It's not too bad under my eyes because I did put Shape Tape right there. I think it looks fine. But yeah, definitely around my mouth area, which is like not cute at all. But like I said, maybe some setting spray will help. And for blush, I am going to use MAC Cosmetics Warm Soul. I hate this packaging. Ugh, I can never get it open, but this is Warm Soul. Alright, and for highlighter, I'm going to go into the ABH Nicole palette. I know they released this back for the holidays, so I don't know if it's available anymore. Sorry about that. I'm going to go with the shade Daydream. It's this one right here. It's kind of like a orangey, peachy kind of color. It is very glittery. This palette is very, very glittery, so if that's not your style, then I, don't feel too hurt that you didn't get it. I would say that the Nicole Glow Kit has more glitter than the other glow kits, because I do have the That Glow Kit, and I don't find that that one is glittery at all. Alright, and I guess the last thing we have left to put on is some lipstick, and I don't want to go too bold or too neutral or too so I did pick up the Kathleenlights lip gloss in Moonchild from the same Dream Street collection, but I think I need to pair it with a lip liner, so I'm probably going to use Lumiere lip liner, and I'm just going to kind of throw it all over my dry ass lips. Alright, and I'm just going to throw Moonchild right on top. Oh, and I did forget to mention, this is how much foundation I still have left on my little plate. I didn't use the entire pump, so I probably used half a pump for my whole face, in case anybody wants to know. Okay, last but not least, I am going to set my face with the Hydra Enhancer, and I might even go a little extra and add in a different one. So let's see how this works. Oh, I love the smell of it. It's infused with jasmine, and you can totally smell the jasmine in it, and it just smells, it smells so good. Jasmine has a special place in my heart. It reminds me of my childhood. Okay, so let's let this sit for just a little minute. I'm gonna try to be, I don't know, emotionless in my face to make sure it doesn't like sink into my fine lines. So I will be right back. Okay, so I've let my makeup sit for just a little bit now, and I'm starting to see that this may be what the foundation looks like. Obviously from a distance, like right here, everything looks flawless. I do look 100% full coverage. Obviously I am wearing full glam makeup, but when you come really close, my pores are still there. It's kind of settling into my fine lines a little bit. Like I said, it still looked a little bit dry in this area and on my forehead where I have texture and lines. It doesn't look bad under my eyes, but that's probably because I put Shape Tape over it, and maybe that's the Shape Tape working. It doesn't look bad here, but it does look a little bit dehydrated here and on my forehead, which I've never had that before just because I have combo oily skin. The air is a little bit more drier right now here in Texas because it's cold, so I know my skin is kind of transforming into maybe a dry skin right now, but I still get oily throughout the day. So I probably need more of a hydrating foundation. So I am gonna go about my day, do some check-ins, maybe, I don't know. I do have a couple of errands to run and one more video to film, so I will be back and check in with the rest of my face and see how it held up the rest of the day. So stay tuned. Hey guys, here is the final check-in. It is 6:40 right now. I've had this makeup on since about, I don't know, I think I finished doing my makeup at around 11:30, and we've just been out and about running some errands, and I am ready to wind down, take my makeup off, and kind of relax. So I just kind of wanted to update you on the foundation, and honestly, on camera, and I don't even know if on flash photography, but on camera, in photos, it looks really nice. I am super greasy right here. Like, I can just see the oil all built up through here. My foundation broke up right here. It broke up around my nose like almost immediately. Like, it just didn't even stay on my face right here on the sides of my nose. It definitely sank into my smile lines. So if you can see. And then right in here, like, I have zero foundation right there. And then it separated and it caked up right here. This is my problem area. You guys know that. So of course this area looks a little bit rough. My under eyes look pretty bad. I mean, I know I have these lines right here and I always have them, but I mean, they look really bad, like really cakey, really bad. But overall, if you're just looking at me from this distance, my face looks really nice. So I kind of have like this love-hate relationship with it. I mean, I do like the foundation. It wore really nicely throughout lunch, throughout walking around, and just running errands. So I just want to see how oily I really am all up in here. I mean, that... And I didn't, that's what it looks like. So there's some transfer of the makeup, but I didn't touch up my face. I didn't do anything other than after I set my face with setting spray, and then I just went about my day. So I didn't touch it or anything like that. I didn't put my hands on it. So I tried really hard not to like put my hands on my face. But yeah, it definitely does not look good right here. Just in my, this area just does not look good right here. It just doesn't look good. And you know, the color actually looks pretty nice on my skin. Like I said, I had to use like maybe half a pump for my whole face. So I mean, that's okay. I don't hate this foundation. I'm definitely gonna have to try and mix it in with maybe my Pro Matte and see how they work together, because my Pro Matte does bunch up a little bit like this, but that's more so after like 10, maybe 11 hours worth of wear, not 5 or 6. So anyway, that is my makeup update for you guys today. Like I said, I'm super exhausted. And if you guys like this review, then give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.